Welcome back to another breakdown of The Stand, based on the novel The Stand by Stephen King. It's on CBS All Access. I am Larmer. This is Joe, my co-host. I'm a longtime Stephen King fan, and Joe knows nothing about Stephen King or The Stand besides the Langoliers.
Well, yeah. To a degree. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys are here for the first time, just know that we are doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. Down low, I think it says like 93 right now, so 7 more.
95.
Get $50. 95? We got 2 more today?
2 more today.
We're blowing up. Yeah, subscribe, and then the way that we pick the winner, you need to head on over to Instagram, type it in, Redacted Media YT, find us over there, hit a follow. We'll scroll through our followers. Last time we did a giveaway, random number generator, pick subscriber gave away a helmet. Mm-hmm. So this time we get 50 bones, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Bitcoin.
Not Bitcoin.
$50 worth of Bitcoin?
No. No.
But anyways, let's get into it, man.
All right.
So, episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah. First impression.
Great.
Great?
I like the episode
Liked
a lot.
Okay.
It's a good episode.
Yeah?
Yeah. Kind of hit a lot of points. It's definitely a lot different than the previous ones. This one I feel like had a lot of meat on the bone in this episode. Only reason I say that is because you got more of the Harold and Stu kind of competition over Fran. You got Harold definitely acting in his ways in this episode.
Yeah, he it was I didn't think of it while I was watching, but this was a very heavy Harold episode.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
And
he showed a lot of his colors this episode too.
Which I think was already there, but it was like it told the audience like, you're right about this guy.
Yeah.
He's out there. He's a little nuts.
Yeah.
Trying to force himself on Franny.
Weird. But I said from get-go, I thought it was weird.
It was cringe, and it felt...
Are you supposed to feel bad about it? Like, for him?
I don't think you can. I think that's the whole point of, well, today, we shouldn't feel bad for guys forcing themselves on women.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't feel bad for him. It was just one of those things
cringe. Made my skin crawl.
He kept on trying. It's just like, bro, let it go. You're pushing on something that's not wanting you. That's what it was annoying more than anything else.
Yeah.
But like I said, it showed more of his colors of who he actually is and the heights he's willing to go to get what he wants.
Yeah. That's later on in the episode for sure. But I found the way they did the truck stop scene was pretty intense.
Yeah.
And I'm still impressed with the gore they're allowing on this damn show.
Great. Great.
Dude, homie's head was caved in.
You see his jaw?
Gone. It was slack jaw.
Yeah.
Nasty.
When he shot a girl in an accident, that was insane. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all.
We had a YouTube commenter on our first episode about the Lloyd Henry and the gas station.
Yeah.
It said it felt like a Pulp Fiction moment.
It did.
It was perfect explanation. I can't believe we didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's kind of where things just kind of happen. And it's like, oh shit, like
when it stops, you're like, wait, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those type of situations.
Y'all are really carrying around like things that do destruction, and it doesn't shy away from what guns really are.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. I almost jumped way too far ahead. What else happened this episode that you wanted to talk about?
Was it Nadine?
Yeah.
Whatever her name is?
Yeah.
That scene?
Which one? At the end?
No, not at the end.
Okay.
Her and Harold at the house.
Weird, wasn't it?
Not really.
You didn't think so? I was a little uncomfortable.
Not really. Because her being a kind of a subordinate of Flag, she's going to follow the rules, whatever he wants her to do. And she knows for her to be able to control Harold, that's the trigger she has to pull. And we know with Harold, he's going to be easily manipulated if you give him some form of power over you.
Yeah,
that type of feel.
Ooh, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
he is that you give him power. That's the way.
Like you're going to follow me if I feel that you respect me and you give me what I want.
Interesting character.
Yeah,
he's a good one.
Yeah,
yeah.
That whole scene was like I was like,
it was just as cringe. Like,
bro, is it really that bad for you, fam?
Yeah, man. In the book, Nadine is like, the Harold asks her in, and Harold makes them dinner, or Nadine makes them dinner out of like shit in the pantry, right? Mm-hmm. And then she has this super corny porno line. It's like, "What about dessert? Would you like coffee or tea or me?"
Oh God.
And I'm like, "Oh, Stephen King, what are you doing, buddy?"
Well, that's probably Nadine's kind of corny like that.
I could get that. It might match the character.
Yeah.
And then Harold's like, "The latter."
That's what he said in the book.
Yeah, I'm happy that they retconned that and did it a little bit different. I think they got their point across that they're both inexperienced and just way out of their comfort in like sexual interactions. I think that might be like that could be something to say about where they are in the world of the stand, that they might be out of their comfort zone.
Yeah,
thinking that they want this, this is what they're supposed to do. You know?
Oh, another piece was where Harold just seemed out of character twice at the beginning of the episode. You had him when they were all at the buses and things like that, and they were talking about the dream.
Yeah.
How he almost caught himself like, oh yeah, I have the same dream as you guys.
Yeah.
He was talking about mentioning some cornfield. He never had that. He never talked to Mother Abigail, it seems like.
That might be that he has seen Mother Abigail, but only like in the beginning. I think that the dreams had a sort of a progression of like, maybe that's like their system is if you get to this level of the dream and you saw Mother Abigail in Hemmingford home and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So maybe like a lot of people saw Mother Abigail in the corn, just like a lot of people saw the Dark Man around the rocks right outside Vegas.
Yeah.
Maybe Lloyd had a deeper dream about Lloyd in Vegas or Lloyd at the whatever tower in Vegas.
I don't think Harold ever saw her at one point. Like, he didn't see her past, like, say, for instance, in the home or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. I think more of his dreams have been about Flag.
And
he's just not saying anything, and Flag hasn't contacted him yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows, like, hey, maybe I don't really need him. I can use him as a pawn, so I don't need to have them on my side.
I think that, like, Harold is, like, he's the linchpin. He's something that can change for either side. And that's been showing that he has a capability of shrugging off his past and becoming an acceptable person in Boulder, even if he's faking it, even if he's Tom Cruising it and practicing a smile and everything.
It's so fake, bro.
But it's working. So, like, Boulder could utilize him. He's a smart dude. They haven't really shown how smart he is in the show.
Yeah.
They haven't really got into that.
He's mainly just a writer from what we know of.
But he's really conceited, and, like, he reads a lot, and, like, how Glenn was talking to him about, like, you know, you're a man of science, don't you want to find out and all that, but...
I thought Glenn was about to call him out right there.
I thought so, too.
Yeah.
Glenn's funny.
Glenn's cool.
I like him a lot. I don't know if it's because I like the character so much that I want them to do more with him.
Yeah.
But, but with Harold, I think that maybe Flag and Abigail aren't, like, having the biggest pull on him, and he's more the one that's showing, like, free will.
Yeah.
That could be an interesting.
That's what I was saying. Like, it could have been, possibly could have been where he just doesn't have dreams at all. He had the one dream, obviously, about Mother Abigail at the beginning, where she was in a cornfield. But outside of that, nothing else has happened to him. Mm-hmm. Because it was one of those things where I think that's why I still see him as a pawn in the whole scheme of things. Because at the end of the day, Fran is going to be more of his draw for anything else, or anything. And then you had the time period where they had the town hall.
Yeah.
He showed up in a suit.
Yeah, no one else was in a suit.
Nobody else was in a suit.
Where'd he get the suit? It didn't fit very well, so.
He had the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else showed up like that. That's what kind of why they showed at the beginning. Everybody kind of like hand-me-down clothes. Mm-hmm. They were all dressed like no one was dressed up but him, which I found super weird. Yeah. But that's him standing out. Yet again.
Yeah, it's him trying to show that he's better than the rest, and he's the main character in his eyes, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy that they did do the truck stop scene. I think that's from the book a little bit different. There's a lot more people and guns involved, but
yeah,
that was insane. Like, I'm glad that they highlight that side of humanity. That's not just. Oh.
We've only technically seen 3 parts so far in the 4 episodes of that side of humanity,
and I think that might be kind of cliche in like end of the world movies. You know, like focusing on like Mad Max. You know, you don't need to have everybody. Just focus on that.
Yeah.
But it's always a good thing to throw in there. I think that Mad Max worked. There was like 6 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so Fallout works, and that's focusing on just the video game. So, yeah, I like the way they did that. I like that they're including some of that to show what's going on with just people going insane in the world. And man, they got the electricity on quick. This takes forever in the book.
Really?
Oh my god.
Well, I think with 9 episodes, they had to get it on there pretty early.
Yeah, for sure. We're about the halfway point. 30 minutes into the next episode, we're halfway.
Really?
Yep.
What do you think of old girl at the warehouse?
Oh, Julie
with Tom
Lowry.
and Tom and Nick.
Tom and Nick, man, Julie is a god.
That chick was a head basket and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is nuts. She's getting straight from the book, not exactly word for word or pace for pace from what happens in the book, but yeah, she's. I like that they tell her in the book as to be this character that's like kind of thriving with being the only person left in her town. They didn't really key on that they were in a small town. They're supposed to be in a small town in Oklahoma whenever they're passing through, and
Are they in Oklahoma in the book?
yeah, because they have to go to Nebraska first in the book. They don't go straight to Colorado.
Well, I was assuming they were in Colorado in the show.
It wasn't it?
They were in Colorado, rather, because they stopped at the bus stop outside of it, and it had Hemingway home.
Why did she have that terrible accent?
I have no clue.
It wasn't a good one. I'm from southern Kansas, which is basically Oklahoma. This guy's from Texas.
Yeah.
These are Kansas and Texas accents.
Not to a degree.
I mean, I can get it down there.
You stick me in Texas, it gets pretty thick.
Yeah. But yeah, her accent wasn't great. I was like, oh, that's kind of...
It was kind of cringy.
Not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, funny, interesting story tidbit, because we're getting about there in the book. Nick and Tom, Julie shoots at him, right? Mm-hmm. They go up, they keep on going, they get to Kansas. Mm-hmm. They're taking 81, which is Broadway here in Wichita, right?
Yeah.
You know what 81 runs through?
Lynchburg,
Kansas.
They stop there?
They go through there and find somebody.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it gave me chills right there.
Oh, that's dope.
So we went to college.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, it's a town of 1,200 people whenever college is in session, and 3 whenever it's not.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Not 300, 3 people. A dog, a man, and the mayor.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Shout out to Lynchburg.
LBK till I die. But yeah, I wanted to mention that because it's been when I heard it the first time reading that book, I was like, oh my god.
That's cool though.
It's just a sentence, but still.
Though.
Yeah. What you got, man? I'm thinking outside of the show right now into the book. I'm kind of lost.
What do you think of the committee? The committee, whenever they were trying to decide who to take or who to go to Vegas.
It seemed.
And was that in the book?
Is it in the book, boy?
Yeah.
There's 300 pages of just them having meetings, I bet. Really? And it is not great.
Yeah.
It's in the book, and it's King having fun with building a world. That's all it is.
I mean, as in did they have the meeting of people actually going to Vegas?
Yeah. Those 3 people, different. The judge is usually a man.
Got you.
But whatever, it's not gonna change.
Same concept. Older guy, older lady. Okay.
He was a judge. He was retired, and he was just there with he's from Larry's group, which if you see in whenever they introduced Larry and he was riding up to Boulder, that's in the passenger seat with him. Okay. I was wondering who that old lady was. I was like, is that the judge? I just didn't want to say nothing.
Gotcha.
So they've kind of introduced that. They're kind of skipping beats, and I worry that this show, I am going to like it more than you because I'm a book fan first and I know more things. I'm worried that they're not explaining everything that needs to be explained. Yeah. And anybody watching right now, like, tell me, 1, did you read first? And 2, are you enjoying this?
It's a good show so far for me.
I still like it. Yeah, I mean, we'll get to the end of the episode wrap up, but
because what I'm into, what I mentioned to it last episode, I was wondering about Tom Cullen. Did he make it? And he made it. 2 is they're sending that man from Colorado to Nevada on a bike.
On a bike, bro.
Like, bruh.
Yeah. During the winter.
Yes.
In Colorado.
That's insane.
Boulder's on it's on the basis of a mountain, ain't it? It's not up in the mountains. Yeah, go through.
And the worst part about it is it's on the Boulder's on the east side of Colorado.
Yeah.
He has to go through all of Colorado. It's basically Kansas. Yeah. Like you're a couple hours. Yeah, you're a handful of hours into Colorado, but yeah, no, you still got to drive across state on a bike. If you ever driven through Colorado, you know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. It is ass. It's so hilly. Like, bro, you riding up and down on mountains, mountaintops, bro. No, not on no bike.
Yeah.
They sent them separate. Like, you couldn't make him ride with somebody else and kind of give them a story to tell. But it makes sense with just keeping him on his own.
I think that your time jump might be coming up.
Yeah.
That you predicted about just like jumping ahead in time to see where all these people are.
Yeah.
But gosh, are they just...
Yeah, I felt that time jump happening because, especially with them putting the lights on like this, it was so quickly into the episode. Like, obviously, I still think whenever we go between episodes, it's either a couple of days or maybe a week or two. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's stick with Tom while we're here because he doesn't really have much after this to talk about, but I love him.
He's great.
Boomer Sooner.
That was great, man.
Loved it.
Yeah, you said last episode you liked him. I can see why. He's a good character.
That was a good guy to play him too. Cause he's kind of different. He's updated. He's not in 80s because you know that this book, like, I think originally took place. It was supposed to be from 79 to 80, but it was written in like 76, and he updated it to happen in the 90s. But
really,
yeah. So a lot of these things, there weren't cell phones. There weren't nothing like this. But yeah. Tom's great, man. Oh, my ambulance! See him packing all his toys.
Yep. There's a huge front basket of mainly just toys and food and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's gonna be very interesting to kind of how they play it or how we see them in Vegas.
Yeah.
In my mind, just as watching TV shows stuff like that, Tom doesn't make it out. Yeah. In my mind, that's what happens. I feel like the one person that'll make it out would be the younger chick with the bike. Mm-hmm. She'll be the one that makes it out, or somehow, or some way.
Well, she's the dude that caved homie's skull in on the truck stop. So that's
the reason they picked those certain people, because they had somewhat of a connection.
Yeah.
Obviously, Larry had a connection with the judge because they came in with each other, so they traveled across the country at some point. Mm-hmm. And then everyone picked. They picked Tom. I think in their mindset was, it wouldn't be people they miss, but people that probably don't really have a connection to other people that much outside of Nick. Nick and Tom seem super tight.
Yeah,
and that's kind of tugged at your heartstrings a little bit when you saw them leave each other.
Yeah. He said something about you look up at the moon and I'll be looking at too.
Yeah.
Like, damn,
bro. That's why I was like, he's not coming back. In my mind, was saying shit like that, you're not coming back.
Joe Dirt, man.
Like I said, I like Tom, but I feel like they're gonna end him probably in the next two episodes if they show them in Vegas.
So, how do you feel about Harold's plan now? Like, I think that's kind of unraveling it, not unraveling, but like showing it.
Starting to take form.
Yeah. That he's just finding explosives.
Like, what the hell are you gonna do with explosives? How are you gonna get them up in the mountain to explode? You gonna explode a house, explode something, or?
Yeah, I don't know how they're taking this because nothing about avalanches in the book.
Yeah.
So this is I'm in new water, so I don't know.
I think it was. Do you think it was a coincidence, or was it something that Flag gave him?
I love that they did that because it's not explained.
Because he was like, this is in my pocket. Should this be in my pocket? Yeah. And he so happened to read it.
Is it fate that it was in his pocket, or was it intervention by Flag?
Yeah.
Which I think that's what you need. That's who Flag is. You don't.
They played that in our minds because what did he hear? He heard crows before he reached in his pocket. So. Yeah.
Crows again.
Yeah. Just like with Nadine at the end of the episode, she heard wolves before she walked up on that one deal before they opened it.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Because they were just looking around in the back part area of a building. And she heard the wolves walk towards her. It's like, this has to be it.
So, yeah, that scene, I was wondering what they were going to do with, was it Jernigan? What was the guy's name? So they combined two characters to make this guy. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's maybe two or three that they kind of combined to make who this guy is. But the guy that found Nadine and Harold, I'm blanking on his name.
I love how just a sidebar. I love how they threw in kind of the reality of what just normal people would think about. Like, I wonder if The Rock made it.
Oh. That was a great part.
I love that little part, that little bitty part of them just throwing that in there. Like, you have to think, like, outside of our world, the world ended.
Yeah.
Like, where are the famous, like, where are some of these famous people, or just people that people just normally know of? I wonder if The Rock made it. So and so. You think about that.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what a movie to choose. Skyscraper?
I think he was upset about that. Like, it's supposed to be the movie. She had a whole selection of movies she found. She gives me Skyscraper.
100% when Ashley said that she was having like a sale on Blu-rays, I didn't think, what the hell is a Blu-ray? It just didn't click with me.
It didn't click in your mind?
A Blu-ray, yeah.
A Blu-ray disc.
I don't know if it was the pacing of how they said it, but I did not think movies. I don't know what I thought. I thought like an alcohol or...
Nah.
Didn't know.
Yeah, I knew it was a movie.
Yeah. But anyways.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I like that you brought that up. That's funny.
Yeah.
The guy that caught Nadine and Harold. Mm-hmm. I like that they built up this friendship between him and Harold. Mm-hmm. And maybe that was his one tie to redemption.
I didn't think they were going to show Harold at that moment. Because it was like a Nadine and his name's Jerry, I think his name is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever his name is.
We could probably look it up, but
yeah. But they showed that moment when she shot him, and I didn't think Harold was gonna show up at that moment because you hear a gunshot, you're gonna naturally react and go see what the hell's going on. He didn't show up for a minute, like he was kind of waiting there in the background. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was really weird.
Yeah. I thought that Harold would be the one to walk out and just go full psycho and kill him and get it over with.
Empty a clip on him or something like that.
Yeah. But I like that when it first happened, I didn't like that Nadine did it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't think that's the way it should have went. But then when I thought about it, I saw Harold's reaction, this is a big episode for Harold's reactions, that he hardened. He was like, okay, that was the one thing that could hold me to Boulder that I actually enjoy. I think that he was not all the way faking it with this guy. I think he was a little bit of a friend with him.
I know. I still think he was faking it with him.
Think so?
I think because he was the first person to accept Harold acting that way. He doesn't hang around Fran anymore because they aren't really all that close because of Stu Redman. But he was the first person that accepted him being that persona that he created for Boulder. Mm-hmm. So did he really know Harold? No. But he was the first person to accept him as a friend in a lot of ways, but as a friend of the person that he wanted to portray. He saw him, went to him, talked to him. He's in a group of people. He mentions Harold's name, stuff like that. And that's important. That tie is, definitely gone where you said kind of hardened him a little bit. But at the same time, I think it's still, I didn't like Nadine doing it.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely had that feeling at first. Maybe I talked myself out of having it. So I think you're valid in that thought. Where are they going to put the body?
I was thinking the same thing. It's going to be one of those situations where they'll end up burying the body. They'll have a search party, figure out what the hell happened, and they'll chalk it up as something as if this guy was a little bit different than all of us and decided to leave type deal.
But wouldn't that also? I mean, Harold's now got a target on his back. That was his friend. They know that they were friends. They were.
Together. They're friends, but at the same time, it's people that know him like Stu and Fran. They're gonna suspect him of doing something strange, but everybody else in town's gonna see him as a Harold, the good old guy that works in so and so crew. So they can't really suspect him too much.
I kind of like that maybe they'll have some doubts about. I like that a lot, actually. Mm-hmm. That'd be like, I think Harold did this, and be like, no way, you're crazy. Harold's a good guy. And they're maybe weird, jaded about thinking about. I hope that they lean into that. That'd be a good way to change some things from the book.
But that's where we'll see our time jump too, as well.
Yeah.
To see how they play it. I don't think they'll look too much into it. Because we only have 5 episodes left.
They've covered a lot in the first 4.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
We have 5 episodes left. Yeah, they can't lean too much into that because you're going to be taken away from some other stuff we possibly could see. Yeah. Because my biggest thing too as well still is that I don't know if it's going to play a role, but when they mention how we don't have any laws to uphold here. Yeah. By not having cops and stuff like that. So it's one of those small things.
What if that could backfire on them though too? The guy that asked about a gun.
There's a guy that got shot.
Dead.
Yeah, the guy that got shot. Yeah. Small things. There's a lot of pockets in there that they could definitely fill. Yeah. And they can definitely run away with some of the stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting how the society will form and shift and mold within Boulder. Yeah. I'm hoping that we can get some of that while exploring Vegas. We need to be there. We got to get to Vegas sometime.
Give us some turmoil, or maybe something like say with the killing. Give us where we can bounce between both of them, maybe investigating it and what's going on in Vegas.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm saying, the reaction in Boulder, because they're kind of hitting. I don't want to say that they're passing up Vegas in story that they have left to tell, but they've told a lot more than they have. But we're not even there yet. Yeah, we haven't even. there's some characters in Vegas haven't been introduced yet.
Yeah.
You still have characters to meet.
Yeah.
Like major players that are coming.
Yeah.
And Cibola. Maybe that's his though. I know who I'm talking about.
I have no clue.
Yeah, you would. There's no way you'd get that.
You said something about what the Rat Man or whatever it is?
Oh, I hope the Rat Man's in there.
That's what I say. He's
so racist. It's a bad character by King. Bad choice, my guy. I get it. It's the 70s and things are different.
Yeah.
A bad choice. But yeah, that's... Did you see the Easter egg?
No.
On the Hemingford home sign. You didn't see it?
What was it?
Stephen King was in the picture.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't see him. That's funny.
He's right there. He is super photoshopped in and not done well.
Wow.
But yeah, that's actually our thumbnail. If you clicked on this, it's probably because of that.
Yeah, I didn't see that portion.
So I figured that if I'm ever going to use red circles and arrows in a YouTube thumbnail,
This is it.
I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people just be like, you won't believe, and they don't talk about what they're pointing at. Like, you pointed at a building. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Stephen King. You probably saw it if you didn't.
Question for you is prediction. What do you think? I don't know if they use explosives in the book. Mm-hmm. Do you think they're going to use it the same way? Just thoughts from you.
Don't know.
Like, obviously, you know more detail about it than I do, but
I don't know. They've changed so much about this story, but they've kind of kept like the core of it the same. Mm-hmm. So
which you would naturally do with some shows.
Things could go differently. Mm-hmm. I expect them to, but I expect the end result of. If I had to like summarize this book in a paragraph, I think that's all going to stay the same.
Okay.
So maybe not, but in like a 1-word essay or one page essay.
1 page, yeah.
I think that's going to stay briefly the same.
Gotcha. So. I'd have no clue what the hell they're going to do with it. I can't think of any ways of it happening. Maybe something where they, like you said, they mentioned they have a lot of meetings type deal, and kind of in the same concept where they're like, oh, I predict this to happen. I expect them to be here. Then something happens, and like maybe only one or two people die, or maybe like one important person dies in the whole situation. But yeah, I feel like that mixed in with Fran's pregnancy could be a possibility, but I don't know.
Yeah, she's showing a lot more than
I don't know.
I thought she would be, but
there's a lot. Like I say, that's a lot of spots for them to fill in, but they're doing a really good job of keeping me interested. Mm-hmm. Especially if they keep on throwing in a little bit of gore shit here and there.
I think we had one episode that didn't really have a big gore, and that was last week.
Yeah.
But everything else has just been, I mean,
fuck.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Well done.
Yeah.
Like, I was going through to edit the Harold scene for my episode 2 reaction, and I want to take out the gunshot and the blood splatter just in case YouTube got crazy and decided to pull it down, right?
Yeah.
So I was going by scene. The way they edited that gun to shoot was fucking amazing.
I can imagine.
It was crazy. I was like, that looks like an actual gunshot.
I don't know, man. Harold's becoming a very specific character for me. I'm curious how they're him and Nadine are gonna pull this the hell off.
Yeah.
With them two kind of trying to sneak around town.